Hey, you guys, welcome to Melissa Valentine's Nursery. My name is Melissa, and you guys, this is our Sunday early morning, 3:30 in the morning, can't sleep video. So I did my collab with Sandra yesterday, and it was over 2 hours until her battery died. And so I fell asleep on the couch. Well, no, we ate some type of keto green bean beef something. I don't even know. Provolone. Oh, it was decent, but I've had better. Maybe the flavor profile needs a little readjusting. But so I woke up at like 11. Joseph was doing whatever the hell he does on his computer. I don't know. And I went to bed at I transferred my ass in the bed at like 11. And I fell asleep. And so I woke up to Joseph talking. It was weird because I went to bed and I was alone. And sometimes my son will come in the bed and sit up and watch TV until I fall asleep, and then he leaves. But I was already sleeping before he even came in my room. At least I think so. But anyway, so I was sleeping and I heard, are the turrets, something about the turrets. Are the turrets full? Are the turrets ready or something? And I was like, what? So I woke up and I look, and there's Joseph sleeping, talking in his sleep. I have never known Joseph to talk in his sleep. And what the hell is he dreaming about? Right? He had like passed out on top of my sheets, on top of my blankets and everything. So I was up and my TV was on and it was a documentary, but I wasn't interested in it. So I went to change it. My controller's missing. And I didn't want to wake him up. I kind of searched around him. I searched beside my computer because I have a desk beside my computer setup. And I didn't see my controller. And then I was going to put the Roku on my phone, and I started getting on Facebook and Instagram. And I was like, oh my God, too much of that is toxic for you. It's not good. Too much of Instagram. This piece of hair. Too much of Instagram, too much of Facebook. It gets toxic. I try not to do too much of it. Sometimes at work, on my breaks, I may do it. But so anyway, I was like, I got up. And it said, you know what, 3:30, and I think it's going to storm out. The storms are coming this way. We're supposed to get all those heavy storms that the middle of the southeast got, inland, and they're coming this way. So right when I came in here and turned my light on, I heard thunder, and I made myself a sandwich. I was a little hungry. I made myself a sandwich. Now, I'm on keto, but this is keto bread, and it's good shit. Right? This isn't like Aldi doesn't have good keto bread. It wasn't even at the store the other day. So I was like, let me have a little 3:30 in the morning sandwich with some soda. I know I'm drinking soda again. But we're hanging out, man. And today's Joseph's birthday celebration. So technically we're going to go off keto, you know? So it's a pimento cheese sandwich. And it's a southern thing. A lot of people don't know. Let me tell you. So, I don't want to talk with my mouth full of food. But, before I came to the South, I ain't never heard no pimento cheese sandwich. But my first exposure was actually working in a nursing home as a CNA. This is before I was a nurse. I was wiping butts and giving showers. It's over 20 years ago. But let me tell you, I learned my way through some pimento cheese around here. If you come to South Carolina and you try it, try Carolina's Pride. And I just buy the original. They have jalapeno and stuff. I think it's Palmetto Pride. So it's nothing but cheese and I guess mayo and pimentos. Kind of it has a consistency of egg salad sandwiches. And I like those too, but they have to be hot. So I decided to get on here, talk to you guys. This isn't going to be the grandest video, but you guys, I'm going to talk about something about this hobby and what it means to me, because Facebook, I'm in a lot of Facebook reborn groups, doll groups. Don't have to be reborn. It could be just general doll, right? And this, you all know that the ones that watch me know that I work at least minimum 40 hours a week. And I travel, and that's on me. I could work closer if I wanted to. Generally speaking, I like the nature of my job. People these days especially are a challenge. Many people feel entitled. Many people feel like they're the exception. The old integrity work stance is gone. What used to be in the workforce is gone. A lot of people are doing something, quietly quitting. They've been doing that for the past couple of years now. And it makes it hard on everybody else. And I'm one of those that's caught in the middle. It's like I do have that when you have, my hair feels matted right here. When you have a work day ahead of you. And for me, when I feel like I accomplished something or I did something, when I feel like I accomplished something, I feel good about myself. But nowadays, that doesn't exist so much, And you get to the point where you feel kind of hopeless in the workforce. Because people sometimes come in and they are going to do bare minimum, people don't have pride in their work like they once did. And I am more along, I would think I was more along the lines of the older generation. You go in, you do your work, you get it done. Sometimes you do a little extra, you know what I'm saying? But now because of like corporate companies and people's jobs being combined and stuff, a lot of people say you don't want to do everything because then it's always going to be expected. You know what I'm saying? Don't keep up something. What is it? Don't start a habit you can't keep up. So that's what I'm caught between, because I'm willing to put in my all for a company. But I'm also, in my mind, I know I'm an employee number. And that's something in my mind that I go back and forth with. In the workforce, that's just what it is. It's hard. It's not easy to deal with everyday culture in the workforce, unless you work for like a really small place and everybody's happy-go-lucky and your job doesn't change, whatever. But, it's complicated. It's really complicated because I used to not mind going to work. And even still, there are times I don't mind going to work. The nature of the job is not terrible. It's the culture, work culture. And that's many places. I hear many people who are still in the workforce, they talk about the work culture and how toxic it is now. Do you guys hear that thunder? It's like a rolling thunder. So when I go onto Facebook, it's still thundering. It's still rolling. So when I go into Facebook and Instagram, not so much Instagram, more or less Facebook. And I'm in these groups. I'm in these groups so I can see you guys as beautiful babies. I recognize names that are in my comments, names of people who have emailed me. I am silently in those groups. I keep my opinions to myself because some things I just don't want to say because I don't want to trigger anyone. Now, there's a part of me that's like, what, to hell with it. I'm going to do what I want and say what I want. But when it comes to my hobby, I prefer to keep it my happy place. This is my escape from my everyday reality. And everybody's reality is different. But when I go and this is more than just the doll group. Sometimes you go to people's social medias and they talk about other people, maybe directly or maybe indirectly. There was another channel, another hobby I have, and I was in there and a woman keeps blasting her on social media. And this is a cool girl I like. And this is not the other one, Sandra. This is a different one. This is not the feral one either with the crazy hair. Someone's blasting this woman, and I think she's in like the UK. And they're just tearing her apart, this one woman versus another. And she's not been responding, but she finally did. And I said, what type of world are we living in that we have to pass judgment on somebody for our own attention, you know, for our own satisfaction? I wake up every day with the mindset that I have this to do. I have this to do. I have an obligation here. This is what I want to do, right? When we have enough going on in the world that really matters and makes up who we are as an individual, when we have enough going on, we don't have a need or necessity to be a part of that. My doll hobby brings me peace, pleasure, happiness. I'm sitting in this room right now and I feel so... Sandra's going to have a heart attack because I'm picking up my doll. Yes, I'm eating a sandwich in my doll room that brings me happiness, and I'm picking up a doll. And I will pick up that sandwich and eat that sandwich. But I am the only one that touches my babies. And I love my dolls. I make sure that their hands don't rub. You know, I'm very particular with my babies. So when I go on anybody's YouTube and I go on anybody's Facebook group and I see any type of bitching, complaining, whatever, anything that takes away from my happiness, I don't entertain it. I'll stay in the group only because I love to see when people post pictures of their babies or if they go thrifting. This hobby takes me down a level from the reality that I am in, from the work culture toxicity that I deal with every day. And people say, well, change your job. It's everywhere. Wow. I'm listening to the thunder. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I've worked different places. And there's still a workforce toxicity. And I think it's just people are tired of working so much. I watched a documentary about damn Henry Ford. He was all about like the working people, but he made like the damn workday 8-hour days. Now I'm fortunate because a lot of nurses work 12-hour days, you know? And in my whole career, I've seen some crazy shit. When you go to school for nursing, you know that's out there, but sometimes you come across things that you don't even realize that you're going to see, right? So, for me, this is my escape. This is my happy place. Everybody that watches me, everybody that leaves a comment, even if you are a silent watcher and don't leave a comment, I appreciate every single one of you. And that's genuine. You know, I'm not going to go through this hobby and nitpick on stuff. And what triggered this video was the past hour that I spent on social media. You know, the past hour. And I'm like, this is such a toxic environment at times. You know, there's so much coming up. I have so many positive things to look forward to. Yeah, me and Sam, we are not together. I feel like in my life, I have everything I need. I'm not sad. I feel like I go to work, I come home, I take care of my house. I'm content with me. I am changing up my diet here and there because there's only one Melissa, right? And it's good to try to like lean towards, because, obesity, you can be big and not have a lot of health issues, but as you get older, it can contribute to other health issues and comorbidities. So, I'm not going all out and crazy like I was. And today is Joseph's birthday celebration day. So, of course, I'm going to eat some damn Oreo ice cream cake. But, yeah, going on social media just made me think about, my position in the doll world. My position in the doll world is to enjoy them. I am not somebody who poses babies and takes pictures and pops them on Instagram. I do videos because I enjoy doing videos and I enjoy connecting with everyone. However, that doesn't mean that I don't come in here and look at my babies. On occasion, I take babies in my bedroom with me and I sit with them. I have changed babies off camera. This room is a room of fun, comfort, solitude, to get away and escape. This is my escape room. I was just thinking about Reborn Taddy, like he came to my mind. That's crazy. And I've connected with so many people and I love it. I love it. But the last thing that I want is like the toxic shit, I don't want to like point out different things that I had seen on Facebook. It was multiple things. You hear it? It was multiple things that I have read. And I was just like, oh my God, you guys, this is not what I want to see. I have challenges every day outside of the doll community. And when I come into the doll community, I don't want to deal with them. I love everybody who communicates with me in such a pleasant and wonderful way. I have amazing friends. Sandra, oh my God. When I first heard about her, I used to have a desk on this wall, which is the same wall that my shelf is on now with my babies. That if you've seen my most recent tour, this was like a doll room / reading room. Like it was my hobby room. And I had my desk over there with my computer. And I remember getting an email from Sandra and she was like, we have many things in common. And little did I know that 2 years later, that would be my homegirl, like I wish she lived closer. She has been there through the toughest and roughest times of my life in the past couple of years. You guys, I had been destroyed 2 years ago. I was destroyed and I might have talked about it on here, but I was in one of the worst mental places that I had ever been in. And she would talk to me. She would speak to me on the phone. And she was a great support, aside from Joseph, because I isolated myself from family. I felt like I was the laughing stock. I remember going to, I think it was my sister-in-law's baby shower, and I had been separated like 2 months. And I felt like I was the gossip column. And that's just how it goes. People say, oh yeah, Melissa, and people talk, and then people would call me up and want to talk about my hardship. And I didn't want to talk about that. I really didn't. And Sandra would bring me to a different time. Like she would bring me to a different time and space. And we would talk about babies. And we only brought up my issue when I wanted to speak about it. And I would tell her, my mom would bring it up. Somebody would bring it up. And I'm just like, I don't want to talk about this. You know, I was in a horrible mental place. I mean, if it wasn't for Joseph, you know, but I'm good now. I'm good. And Sandra and her family, they are so important to me. I just wish that they were closer. And then, of course, you know, through the hobby, I've met, like, people have emailed me. One of the first emails, aside from Sandra, was Rita Hines. She inspired me to get my Ruby. And you guys hear that? She inspired me to get my Ruby. And we had emails back and forth. It's kind of died down since. And then every now and then somebody would email me or buy babies from me, you know. I went through so many babies, and I have sold so many babies. And through that, you get to meet people, like, you know, through email and talk to them, communication. Like Heather, and I'm going to see her at the doll show, Michelle Hatton, Cindy Howe has sent me so many emails in the past. Me and Carla, we bonded over talking about, you know, cookouts and barbecue. And she gave me her number the other day, and she's like, listen, call me anytime, you know, because I want to smoke meat. I want to smoke some meat. My ex-husband used to smoke meat. I don't know how to smoke meat. I have a smoker, you guys. I have a smoker. I have a big Blackstone and a small Blackstone. I don't have a grill. My propane grill shit the bed at one point. Something happened to it. My ex turned it into a charcoal grill, and then I don't know what happened to it. It's gone. So I thought about getting a charcoal grill too, and like next weekend, because it's rain, we're supposed to get terrible rains and stuff. So I thought about like next weekend, me and Joe cleaning up the yard and getting ready for cookouts, and maybe, you know, teaching him how to do like charcoal grill. It's not that hard. But I don't know how to smoke meat, right? But I love me some good old smoked pork barbecue. Oh, man. And I love, when I went to visit Kentucky a long time ago, I went to Paducah, Kentucky. I was in a 8-year relationship when Joe was a baby. And we went to his family's area. It wasn't Paducah, though. Paducah was outside of it. It was Western Kentucky. And they had the best barbecue. And they had this vinegar sauce that you put on it. And it was so freaking amazing. We had walked into this like little hole-in-the-wall garage looking place that looked run down. And I was like, where the hell am I? And there was like soybean plants everywhere in these fields. And there was this little shit spot with like white concrete. And it looked beat up. We went in there, and there was this like bar that was like a U. And the lady was in the middle, and then the kitchen was in the back. And you sit down on the bar, and you either eat your barbecue sandwich plate or whatever you ordered. And it was simple, homegrown, home down, you know. And it was Western Kentucky. And I remember people going in there and actually ordering like barbecue already done by the, you know, or people were buying, like, I've never been in a place like that. But when I sat down with that paper plate and it wasn't done up, nothing was done up, nothing was pretty. The walls were like, like, you know, like, does DHEC come here? You know, do they get graded, you know, for this rest? Because it looked, I wasn't saying, it's not that it looked dirty. It was not dirty. It just, it hadn't been decorated since like 1950, and nobody cared to hang nothing on the walls. And it was very like, nobody gave a shit about putting coats of paint on the wall. But let me tell you, that was the best friggin' barbecue in Western Kentucky that I've ever had. And they had the vinegar sauce for the barbecue. And I was not familiar with that type of, it was like almost red, I believe. And like a reddish clear, but it was so good. I learned a lot about being in Western Kentucky. they had this huge storm. This was years ago. It had to be around 2008 or 2009. And they had this huge like tornado or hurricane. It had to be a tornado that ran through. And there were all these downed trees. I remember driving through there. I've been to Kentucky a couple times in that relationship. And I learned that the trees that are like broken, like their trunks are in half, like hanging down, like, you know, like this is the trunk and then this is the top part of the tree and it's like hanging down like this and it's broken. They call them widow makers. And I remember that my ex was like, those are widow makers, you know? And I'm like, oh, okay, you know? I've always dated like the Southern boys. Guys, well, boys really, because I'm not with them anymore. But like the homegrown, hold my beer type has always been appealing to me. And I have dated so many people from around the world, people from outside this country. I've dated people, you know, in America, face to face, you know, but like from Manila, the Philippines. And I've dated people from, I don't even know, I don't know. He spoke French. He was from like, I don't know, somewhere. I don't know. But I've dated a huge, you know, people from different areas. And it's always the Southern boys that get me. It's always the Southern boys. They are very crafty. They're innovative. They fix things. They know what the hell they're doing. They know how to make lemonade from lemons. Even if they don't even have the right shit, they figure it out. You know, they redneck engineer everything, and I love it. I love it. It's not even an insult. Like, I think it's phenomenal, you know? But, guys, I don't even know if you're going to find this video interesting, but, like, this hobby means a lot. And, like, me and Janet have a lot of things in common. She has a sense of humor, believe it or not, that's similar to mine, but in a different way than, like, me and Sandra have a similar sense of humor, and then me and Janet have a similar sense of humor. But it all works. It all works. In my perfect world and reality, like, I wish that I can take many of you, Carla, in a perfect world, take Sandra and Janet and everybody and, you know, people who have left me love. Like, I can't even mention everybody. And just get together and let's just like have a cookout, make some barbecue, or, you know, if you don't like barbecue, it's okay. I'll make some chicken. You know what I'm saying? I'll make chicken. I'll make chicken if you like the chicken. You know, the chickens, you know, I'll make you a cheeseburger. What do you want? Some frankfurters? You know, I'll make you some hot dogs. I can be very, you know, hospitable. I can be Southern hospitality. You know, you ever hear Ludacris? It's Southern hospitality. You know, okay. I used to love Luda. Oh my God. When I was in high school, I loved Ludacris. I loved 50 Cent. You guys, I went through phases. I used to love rap. And then I started listening to like grunge and some metal. And, you know, and then I was just getting into like Papa Roach and Limp Bizkit and, Marilyn Manson. I loved Marilyn Manson. Over time, my tastes have shifted and they continue to. But when I want to go back, like, I still listen to all of that, all of it, because it's like going back in the past. And then like in my late, let's say early 30s, I started getting into country music. So like I listen to everything. No bluegrass. I'm not a big fan of bluegrass, but, and I do like classical music. I love classical music. I mean, I've even listened to Conway Twitty. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of, it's just what I'm feeling at the moment. You know, and I love me some Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera. I'm going to be honest with you. Taylor Swift has a little bit of been disappointing from me. I'm not a Swiftie. But I mean, her music's all right. It's just, listen, I'm just grateful for everybody who has been a part of my life. This hobby, did you hear that? Ooh, why? Why does it be so ominous? I'm trying to be positive, and we got, you know, like, this hobby has saved me so much. because it's brought in so many positive people. And whether or not I talk to you a little bit or a lot, you know, Patricia's Dolly Dreams and Little Nook Nursery, even Barbie from Delaware and Dell, all of you have contributed in some way to me, my mental health. Seeing your email, Swirl Gang messaged me the other day. I have not responded from your email because I want you to know everything's okay. Everything's okay. Things happen for a reason. And right now, at 41 years old, I am happier than I thought I ever could be at this time in my life. And I just like to keep it cool, keep it peaceful. You know, I'm looking at my babies. And I am so happy to have this portrait baby. And Joseph still has not come to terms with it. He has seen the baby because he subscribed to me. So he has seen it in thumbnails. I didn't think about that. Like, I've been keeping it away from him. But I didn't think about that he subscribed to me and he has seen the baby in thumbnails. But he said, don't worry about it. You know, Joey's been, out of anybody who's been in my life, I'm sorry, you guys, my son, if anything happens to that boy, I don't know. But yeah. So we've talked about how much the doll community means to me, how much keeping it positive means to me. And this is not meant to drag you guys down and make you guys feel a certain way. This is more like a ode to the hobby, I guess you'd say, right? Right now I have, this is my first reborn. You guys know this is Adelaide. You can't really see her well right now because it's late. But I have 6 babies right now. I have 4 girls and 2 boys. I wasn't going to say anything, but we get very impulsive in the hobby. We do. We get very impulsive. And I stay off reborns.com. But as you know, the past few weeks I have been on there and I've been doing good. To be honest, my last few dolls have been customs. Seriously, this one, my Christmas one. Well, I had 2 from the doll show. I sold one. And then I went back to customs. So I've primarily been doing customs. I have not literally ordered off of reborns.com for quite some while, for quite some time. I mean, it's been a long while since I bought from reborns.com. Let's say, I think the last one, I'm not 100% sure, but I think my last one was last year in June. July, because my Lenore, which was my Laura Sculpt, actually was at the doll show and nobody bought her. And I bought her, maybe I bought her from, I might have bought her from Instagram. No, but she was listed on Reborns also. I don't know. But I bought her outside of the doll show, but she was a doll show baby. And then the rest, I think like August, I ordered my Christmas baby. And then a few months ago, I ordered this one. Now I know there had to be, okay, so I had a Quinby from Anna that was not reborns.com. That was Ling's Reborn Nursery that was on Instagram. And then I did buy the 2 from Doodlehead Nursery. So I've been buying babies, but I've been staying off Reborns because I am a very impulsive buyer. So I am going to the doll show in June and I have money for the room. My roommate Janet put money towards the room and I put my half. And I'm using my PayPal account to store money for the doll show. So I have my room money. I have my gas money. And then I started with my spending money, you know, starting to save. I've had a rough couple weeks at work. It has been pure hell. It's pouring outside. I could hear it. Just imagine every single day your nerves are getting shot every single day. So when I sat down for a break Friday night into Saturday night, I went on to reborns.com. And I want to let you know, I have switched from, I'm not buying any more painted head babies. They're all going to be rooted. I have found my type of dolls. I have certain sculpts that I love. I love the Quimby sculpt. I love the Quinlan sculpt. I love the Joanna sculpt, right? And lately I've been looking at the Alessandro. It's a newer one. So, but I'm not up that. Okay. So right now, the sculpts I have, I love. I love the Teddy sculpt I have. I love the Laura sculpt I have. Madison, that is a custom. This is a custom. And that one was my first reborn. And Oakley's a cutie pie. So I've had sculpts that I love. And I've had them as painted hair babies. But there's a repeat sculpt that I had seen with hair on reborns.com that I thought was decently priced. She is pre-loved. I'm not going to tell you, it is a she. It's pre-loved. But I feel like the photos look good. You know, I've had issues in the past where photos didn't look that great. But I spent some of my June, ooh, you hear it? Some of my June doll spending money. And, you know, I told Sandra, I told Janet, I don't know that I told Dallas or not, because there's not enough time in the day to connect with everybody. I told Janet, I said, you're going to shoot me in the foot. Because her and I, we have plans. Like, we're going to go out Saturday night to eat, hopefully with any of you who are going to the doll show. If you want to go get a slice of pizza or whatever, you know, with us, Heather, hopefully, and with Dallas. So we're going to go out to eat Saturday night. And then, hopefully, Sunday, me and her, we have our own plans Sunday night. So, like, I have money, you know, I'm making sure I have money for that. But specifically for the doll show, the money that I had set aside for that, I had a weak moment, a weak vulnerable moment Friday into Saturday morning on my break. And I hit buy now. And I went into PayPal, my PayPal debit account. And I hit complete purchase. So your girl is expecting. It is a sculpt I've had before, and it is a sculpt that I really like. She's rooted. You know, and I'm excited for this. Should I have probably waited for the doll show? Maybe seeing the same sculpt there, possibly, or a similar one I liked, and I would have gotten to. Yeah, sure. But now I have to work twice as hard with saving money. But I'm excited for it. Very excited. So, and I love this sculpt. Like this one here, this, my portrait baby. Like I just got this portrait baby of my son. And like, I normally have him in my room in the cradle, but, and I would bring him in there, but I can't right now because my son is actually in my bed. I don't know what the hell he's dreaming about. Turrets. Get out of here with that shit. But so sweet. I got such beautiful clothes. If you guys have not watched the club, I haven't went back and watched it or anything. You guys should watch it. But I'm all over the place. So now I'm going to have 7 babies. And I believe this one was shipped with FedEx. So I am expecting, it is a girl, same size as my others. And I'm excited for it. But I can't do it anymore. I can't get on reborns.com anymore, you guys. I impulse spend. And I can't do that. So, you know, my grandmother has a method when she goes traveling. So she doesn't overspend in certain areas. She'll have an envelope and it'll be like food. And then she'll have an envelope and it'll be like souvenirs. And she'll have an envelope and it will be, you know, something else. So I'm debating whether or not I should actually do that for the doll show. Because what if I go on the doll room floor Saturday and blow all my money? You know, like, and my roommate's Janet. So Janet, you're going to have to put me in my place there. Janet has way more self-control than I have. Because there's a baby on Reborns that she wants. And she could have said, you know what? I'm going to spend the money on that. But she was wise. But no, I am happy to get this baby. I'm going to tell you why. Because I like the skin tone. You know, I don't really buy too many peaches and creams. The skin tones I have are like that come through this nursery are more of the olive. You know, I don't really, if some babies are very lightly complexioned. You know, so when I seen this baby, I loved the skin tone. I loved the lips. The baby, the hair, it kind of reminds me of my Laura's hair. Sort of. Maybe the quality of hair. But I'm excited to get this baby. And I have told, so it was secondhand, it was pre-loved. And the mommy that's sending it, I told her I have a YouTube channel. And I might reach out to the artist as well. So, and let her know that I am going to be open. Because you know what? Listen, artists deserves to be recognized. Artists, even the previous mommies deserve recognition for their babies. Because artists really, you know, I'm going to tell you this. Artists do spend time painting these babies. These are not easily painted. First of all, it takes time to learn how to paint them well. And I feel like the artist deserves recognition. But with that, the mommy who has the baby and the mommy that took care of the baby and provided the baby is in a good shape, is in a good form, you know, like the mother preserved the baby well, they deserve recognition. Now, that goes without saying, you know, sometimes we can't help rub off sometimes. But I have seen, mostly on Facebook, reborn babies that have been through, look like they've been through World War II. And I'm like, what the hell? Who would do that? You know? Now, I primarily collect reborn, you know. I have bought from Amazon, Temu, and I'm not against, you know, do what you want. My thing is, I don't have room in my nursery to do that. Because at one time in the collab, I think I told Sandra, I had 20 authentic reborns. Plus, I had toddlers from Amazon and babies from Temu. And it was just out of control. I have since sold them all. I'm just down to my Cabbage Patches. I have my, I can't remember what she's called. Sandra, you know, the one for my grandma that I dressed up. It's on the top. And then I have my 6 reborns. So I'll have my 7th one coming. And that's it. You know, I think a good number, like I feel less discombobulated with this many reborns. Like I feel like more at ease and I feel more organized with this. I feel good about it. I feel very good about this number. I'm very, you know, oh, I do have 3 alternatives, but they stay at the top there. They stay at the top. I have to take them down to a video with them at some point, you know. I forgot I have a sandwich over here. It's taken me, what, 42 minutes to eat a sandwich. You guys, I think it's because I'm talking so much. But this is our 3:30 in the morning thing, you know. I haven't done this in a while. It's probably 4:30 now. Joey's going to wake up in a few hours and be like, I'm hungry. And be like, go fry yourself an egg. Congratulations. Happy birthday. No, but his birthday is not until Wednesday, March 19th. But we're celebrating today. And we're probably going to chill out on the couch, play a few video games. Joey loves when his mother plays video games. I play PlayStation with him, PlayStation 5. I play Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies. I play Stellaris. He loves Stellaris. I don't like War Thunder. I've played it, though. We'll do Sims. He'll play my video games on Switch. You guys know. I love Animal Crossing, Wildflowers. I play Switch. I like a lot of indie games. But, and I haven't done my diamond art. I haven't done crocheting. I'm supposed to be working on a project for somebody at work. So, but this is my happy room. This is my happy place. And there's nowhere else that I'd rather be when I am down. And it just makes me feel so good, so happy. And I'm blessed to have all of you who shine this beautiful bright light in all my comments. And even the ones that just watch and don't comment. And you guys hang around and you enjoy me. Like, that's some good energy. I believe in positive energy. I believe in, you know, when everybody prays at the same time, you know, you're sending that positive energy. You're sending all those positive vibes. And I feel like the world is nothing but energy. It's full of energy. And, you know, you can feel that. And what if you didn't have that? Maybe I'm going crazy. But sorry, I just burped. But that's how I feel. That's how I feel about things. Like, you guys are just, my channel, I want it to be about love, the babies, and harmony. Like, and I don't like to talk about all the other stuff in the world. We've went there, but I'm not going to have a position, because you have a position, people are going to start taking sides. I don't want that. This is a neutral zone. It's a peace zone. So, I got on here, you know, my 3:30 in the morning video after being on Facebook and Instagram. And then I was like, you know, and then I said, you know, let me talk about my position with the babies and how I feel. This is a place I can unwind and not worry about the extra BS in life. It's raining so hard outside. This is my happy place. And I'm glad it could be yours too. No matter how many babies you have, whether you have 100 babies or 4 babies, or maybe you have no babies and you just watch just because it's cool, you know? I don't go to channels that talk about other people low key without saying their names or anything like that. I don't go to channels with anybody that talks about anybody, and put other people down. What you do with your dolls is your business, right? I have my own positions on it, but I'm not going to go there and break somebody down, because in this hobby, you know, when it comes to things like that, in this hobby, some of us have real mental illness, and like real mental illness, some of us. And the last thing you want to do is insult and cut somebody down because they have a chemical imbalance. That's the last thing you want to do. Whether you are that person, or whether you're somebody who's a casual collector, or what, you could be a casual collector and have issues, you know? But no matter what part of the spectrum you are mentally, or you have like 1,000 babies of different sorts or 0, this is a neutral zone. If you like it, you like it. Come see me. Come visit, right? Let's keep it positive, right? So I don't know. This is Melissa in her thoughts at 3:30 in the morning after being on Facebook. And I did go on the Dolls of the World doll show stuff, and they still got baby shower. I would love to go to the baby shower. I would love it. Love it, love it. I believe it said it was $39.99, and you bring a $35 gift and you get fed. But it's Thursday night. I think it's 7 to 9 or something. It's that Thursday night for the doll show. I can't. I'll be in South Carolina. I'm not going to be in North Carolina that day. I don't go to North Carolina until Saturday morning. But I would have loved to do that. So you guys remember that, you know, we're here for each other to raise each other up. You know, so, man, that rain sounds so good. It does. But I think, I don't know what my next move is. Finish the end of the crust over here. And then I might take, I don't know, maybe I'll go watch some TV. I don't know. I just want to get on here and just talk, you know? And I guess I'll tell you guys that I'm expecting. She sent it FedEx, but I guess it's not moving because it's the weekend, right? I don't know how FedEx really works. I'm not really sure how FedEx works. And you know what? I haven't mentioned Christina. Cuddles by Christina. I love watching her videos. But I don't get to talk to her that often anymore. But she's pretty cool. I like her vibe. And if I haven't mentioned your name, I'm sorry. So you guys, I'm going to go. We're like way overdue to get out of here. But this is our 3:30 in the morning talk with Melissa. So what happens when you don't have like a normal schedule like everybody else, you know? But I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you go right there. And thank you guys so much for being here and being part of my channel. It means the world. And don't forget, look in my description. I've got little things. I still have merch. I haven't even been to that site. I know the prices were supposed to go up. You guys, I had it set even. I'm not making money off my merch. Like, my prices were set even. And they said that inflation was going up with the prices. So I'm going to have to foot a few cents when people buy, but I don't care. You know, it is what it is. You know, if you support my channel by buying my merch, I don't care if I have to spend 25 cents on every purchase. I know 50 million people are not going to purchase my merch, all right? But I do know even if like 20 people did, I don't care footing that, you know? I haven't been over there to adjust prices, and I'm not going to for now. Unless it's starting to kill me, you know, unless they start deducting big coins out of my checking account. But I'm not making money off that stuff, you guys. That's for you guys to kind of to support the merch. And I do have, don't forget, I have Buy Me a Coffee. The last person was Desiree Carr, and I appreciate it, and I love you so much for it. I could always use some Starbucks, you guys. Always, always. And what else? What else? I thought about doing a video for gardening next week. I don't know. It just depends on what I'm doing. It depends what I'm doing. I might start doing some outside videos. Now that it's spring is coming. Yeah, so my description, and that's all. Like, subscribe, comment, share. What is it? Hit the bell. Joe tells me to say hit the bell. All right, you guys. Thank you so much. Love you. Until next time.